between Fred Stamps and Rakeem Cato. Cato's going to put this one up. He's looking more to the middle of the field. Fred Stamps is looking for the ball to be more to the corner, as you'll see him stem his guy to the inside. And there it is, stem to the inside, pushes McDonald in. He breaks out, but the ball thrown in, leaving McDonald as the only guy in position to make a play on that ball.
Nothing new for Brandon McDonald, a former NFLer. 80 games there with Cleveland, Arizona, Detroit, and Tampa Bay. Burris now has some time, is going to scamper. Little straight arm. Picks up some yardage here. 7-yard run for Henry Burris. Chased down by Nicolas Boulet.
And it's that second unit in on the defensive line for the Alouettes again.
Well, what a hit there on 2nd and 3. Marco Briette, another former Canadian college quarterback, turned free safety in the CFL, and a hard hitter. Watch this. Boom.
I mean, Barrett is a guy who fits the versatility for this team. He's got a number of starts as a middle linebacker as well as a free safety in this league on his resume.
Look at that. Quickly again to the line. Burris goes forward. Will get the first down. The toughest job right now is for the official to place the football because the Redblacks want to move so quickly. Michael Sam on the line. Another sequence for him here tonight, getting more reps, as Tom Higgins said. First CFL game tonight. Laying it in there for Greg Ellingson. Much more yardage on first downs in this half so far for the Redblacks. As time ticks to 3.5 in the third quarter. Makes those second down plays a whole lot easier. Pistol formation now. Walker goes beside Burris, takes the rock, gets another first down. Proceeds to the 53-yard line.
We're seeing the boost that the Ottawa run game is getting by that first down production, because you've got a defense that's off balance on second down. Is it going to be run? Is it going to be pass? They have no idea what's coming. Makes Ottawa that much harder to defend when the ball's in Siobhan Walker's hands.
Continuing to no huddle. Burris again delivers to Ellingson. Another first down. I'm not sure the Redblacks have huddled even once in this third quarter.
Nice job here by Siobhan Walker as they continue in hurry-up mode. He's got that blitz pickup on the linebacker Venable that keeps the pass lane open for Burris.
Again, the Alouettes on a direct snap. Walker comes back, cuts now, has some block. Siobhan Walker down near the 10. His best run. Huge play. 35 yards, and he got some help from his friends.
Yeah, keep an eye on the right tackle. Colin Kelly getting out in front, right guard. Nolan McMillan, those guys open the way. A great block downfield by Greg Ellingson, scoring the knockdown.
How much is all of this related to the hurry up? The fact they're getting that Alouette defense out of rhythm.
Yeah, there's no question. They're getting them out of rhythm, not letting them settle in. Montreal's a team that likes to be able to move around, give you some different looks. You snap it quickly where basically you're declaring wherever they initially line up, that's where you're going to block them. It's going to help you out if you don't give them time to move.
They'll scrimmage from the 11. Gabriel Napton is hurt. We'll step aside and come back to TD Place in Ottawa.
What's the difference between a golf ball and the #1 ball in golf?
The difference is constant improvement.
Wow. It's exceptional distance. It's even softer feel.
It's precision.
It's consistency. Golf ball to golf ball, shot to shot.
It's owning every step of the process.
The difference is for every player.
Make a difference in your game. The new Titleist Pro V1 and Pro V1X. Hey, don't forget we're going to my parents this weekend.
I have to work.
Well, it's another weekend ruined.
Look, I can't just say no.
Keep your voice down. Kira is right there.
But what do you want me to do? Quit my job, Joanne?
Of course I don't.
You know we both need to work.
Job.
I'm gonna be late.
Kids bring the things that affect their mental wellness with them everywhere they go. What are your kids bringing with them?
Well, it's been fascinating to watch this one-on-one battle with Jonathan Hefney on the corner and Greg Ellison at wide receiver. And Hefney is yelling at the Redblacks sideline saying, I know you're running an out on me. I know you're running an out on me. And Ellison goes out and runs an out on him. He has caught 4 out passes on him. Hefney knows it's coming, knows by the alignment. He actually said to the Redblacks bench, I can tell by where he's lining up he's going to run an out. And yet Ellison continues to do it successfully. And they've marched all the way down the field and had tremendous first down success by running that quick out on Hefney on the short side.
All right, thank you, Jock Climby. So Gabriel Napton out. Not for sure how long, so that means more Michael Sam in the rotation.
Well, you wonder positionally if Jonathan Hefney, the second he moves up to challenge Ellison on that out, if that's what it's going to turn into an out and up.
Redblacks have not scored a touchdown since their opening drive. Burris to Patrick Lavoie. He'll score. Touchdown, Redblacks. Lavoie and Venable collide, and they saw off a wood cookie in the end zone. On every touchdown, that's 2 cookies tonight. And right now, the Ottawa Redblacks are buzzing.
But it's a very similar kind of play conceptually to the first quarter touchdown, opening drive touchdown pass that went to Ernest Jackson. That one a shovel where Henry Burris threatened the outside. This time it's a bootleg with just a little dump off to the fullback, releasing to the flat. Patrick Lavoie, the former Montreal Alouette.
Inside 2 minutes, third quarter. What an interesting ball game this has been. Last team to touch it tonight might win this thing. Chris Milo has been perfect tonight on field goals and point afters. That's what cost Delbert Alvarado his job. Missed a field goal and a point after in the last game, even though he hit the game winner. And how about Patrick Lavoie, another member of the Rouge et Or Laval Vanier Cup champions? Hasn't been seeing a lot of football this season. Only a couple of touches. That's his 3rd catch. But that's the most important one. That's his first touchdown of the season. Yeah, Patrick Lavoie missed a little bit of time with injury, but is an important part of this Ottawa offense. The guy who does it all, does the dirty work for you in terms of doing some banging and blocking in both the run and pass game. A very capable receiver. Made a splash his first year in the Canadian Football League with the Montreal Alouettes. So 7 points, 7 key points off of a big turnover by Brandon McDonald in the end zone.
Followed up by a terrific time-eating defense grinding drive.
So now a 5-point Redblack advantage. Logan behind, blocks. Brings it out to the 35-yard line. 1:41 to go here in the third. Time now for our sack tally, brought to you by Purolator. Tackling hunger, a promise we all can help deliver. Sacks are down this season, but the Edmonton Eskimos won't tell you that. 19 sacks per. Ottawa's at 14, certainly number 2 in the
ranks this season. No question. Aston Whiteside has had a quick impact in his 2 games in red and black.
Rakeem Cato now in trouble. And oh, what a catch by Charette. How did he catch that ball? That was laid in perfectly by Cato, who was feeling the heat and dropped it into the midst of Alex Charette.
Well, this is one thing you have to love about Rakeem Cato, as you see Charette on the outside here, goes into scramble mode. It's coming my way, means I got to get down the field. Cato drops it in there. But you see the young quarterback unfazed by a couple of interceptions that have been thrown when he's been on the run. Charette, the University of Guelph product, with a big catch there.
Cato, Charette, tip drill. That might have gone 6 the other way. Now, Rakeem Cato has talked about it many times. If you don't know much about this young man, his career that was spawned in the mean streets of Miami and then to Marshall University. He's had a very tough upbringing. Anything he does on the football field does not faze him.
Well, great poise. A calm that belies his years.
Couple of picks tonight, though. Ran for a touchdown. And another precise pass. That's what he's known for. That golden arm of his, which he called the star when he was growing up. The star is shining bright again.
Well, it's the accuracy of Rakeem Cato. That's the thing that stands out most. When we chatted with Henry Burris about Cato yesterday, and that was one of the things he said. He reminded him a little bit of, as he described, a more mobile version of Dave Dickinson. And obviously, you don't want to get ahead of yourself in comparing a guy to a Hall of Fame-bound quarterback. But in terms of the things that he does well, in terms of the skill set, that's the one that stands out.
Play action again. Cato now. Here comes the heat. Cato rolls and penalty flag downfield. And again, in that area around the 25-yard line, illegal contact on a receiver.
Illegal contact on a receiver. Ottawa, number 22. 10-yard penalty. First down. One more play in this quarter.
So you cannot end a quarter on a penalty, so the clock is at 0. They'll reset for one more. 10 yards added. Drive continues.
And this is an effect, an offshoot effect of the scrambling ability of Rakeem Cato as he extends plays, puts defensive backs in a tough situation, having to cover for an extended period of time.
Penalty flag and whistles. Tomaso Munoz takes a shot at Cato, but I don't think he heard the whistles. It's loud in here tonight. 24,427 SRO.
Offside. Montreal, number 8. 5-yard penalty. Still first down. Another play in this quarter.
Again, they'll continue with zeros on the board. Complete sellout here tonight at TD Place. What an atmosphere. They've got a winning football team, something they did not have last year. Just 2 wins. They've already had more wins this year than their entire expansion season. The Alouettes, on the other hand, they win one, they lose one, they win one, they lose one. Back and forth they go. Trying to get back to 500. Hurling it over the top for Fred Stamps. That will be the quarter, no flags. Cato will look to the sideline. Close one here tonight. The Ottawa Redblacks have the lead after 3 quarters on Wendy's Friday Night Football. 17-12 in the nation's capital. Well, what else in the CFL in 2015 but a close football game? These two teams back at it again. Last time they met, it was 16-13 Montreal after 3, 17-12 Ottawa after 3. Wendy's Friday Night Football. Good to have with us one of the great coaches in Canadian University football, Steve Samara from the Carleton Ravens football team. But we'll get to CIS ball in a second. You're getting a good vantage point for this one tonight.
Oh, this is fabulous. What an atmosphere here tonight. It's great. It's great for football everywhere.
Tell us about what you're seeing so far, particularly this season with a lot of young quarterbacks in the Canadian Football League.
Yeah, I mean, I think what you're seeing is that transition between the wily veterans. Now you're getting the young guys, and you can see the game is really changing. A lot of stuff happening out there.
So on 3rd and 15, the Alouettes will now bring out their field goal unit.
And Cato just a little off the mark there, looking for Nick Lewis across the middle.
Steve, you know some of the young CIS players that have come into the game. How about this guy, Thunderfoot? Boris Beatty.
Unbelievable out of Laval. It's his leg is incredible.
This from the 42. Missed one here earlier tonight. Doesn't miss very much though, does he?
No, he doesn't. He's as consistent as there is in the league for sure.
So Steve, we've talked so much about football being back in the nation's capital at the CFL level with the Redblacks, but football's back in a little bigger way at the CIS level as you're entering now year 3 with the Carleton Ravens. Tell us a little bit about the state of the program.
Well, it's I mean, the past 3 years have just flown by. It's amazing to think that this is year 3. You know, we started with a really young group and stuck with them and added new pieces year to year. And you know, it's kind of that they say in year 3 it's kind of time to step up and get things done.
So Henry Burris from the 35, 1st and 10. Paul Price brought down by Billy Parker. You know, you spent so much time in the Maritimes as well coaching CIS football, but you come here to Ottawa, you see the young kids here. How much of an impact to your program and the programs in and around this city does the Redblacks organization have?
I think it's fantastic. You know, they're the pinnacle of where everybody's playing football at, and you see it at NACAFA, then you see with the 2 universities and Panda game coming back. It's great for football.
2nd down and 7. Burris, strong arm. And that's one that Brad Sinopoli usually has.
Yeah,
Redblacks will have to boot.
Well, Burris put it there, and as we see this one, as you said, get away from Brad Sinopoli just as Billy Parker arrives. But Steve, as you get out on the recruiting trail, obviously you get to see a lot of minor football. Is it much better anywhere than it is here in the nation's capital?
Well, I think you can see the last 2 years, you know, the #1 ranked player came out of Ottawa. I mean, it's fantastic, and it just shows, you know, the level of coaching at the minor level and the commitment to the game.
There's Steph Logan. Little juke and a shake. Well, good luck to you and the Ravens. Great to see you, Coach.
Thank you very much, Ryan. Appreciate it. Thank you, Dwayne.
Always
fantastic.
Football is a hotbed here tonight. On to the Friday night lights in Ottawa. Rakeem Cato has thrown a couple picks. His team down 2. Boyu, right side, has room. Look at him high step. Jean-Christophe Boyu. You know, it's interesting. We just had Steve Samara up here, and there's a great advertisement, by the way, for CIS football. That young man right there.
Yeah, no question, out of the University of Sherbrooke. But I'll tell you what, we may have to take away his fullback union card if he's going to run like that.
You did that, didn't you?
Well, not quite at that speed. Nice play by the big fella. And this is the role of the fullback in Montreal's offense. Needs sort of a tight end skill set. We see it with Patrick Lavoie, the former Alouette. Now with Ottawa, a guy who can block and do that dirty work, willing to do some banging. But you've got to have those soft hands and some skill as a receiver as well.
A couple of guys who used to compete against each other and drafted in the same year. Antoine Pruneau on that far side of the field, who played at Montreal. You talk about Ottawa being a hotbed, and that's not to give disservice to any other organization, CIS or minor program. How about Quebec as well, and all the teams, particularly the last couple of years with Sherbrooke, with Montreal, and of course led through the years by the Laval Rouge et Or.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can't give enough credit to that Laval program. You look at the number of guys around the Canadian Football League produced by Glenn Constantin, and that program, I think it's raised the level of CIS football throughout the country. And you see Montreal, the team that has been their greatest competitors over the last number of years, as they finally got over the hump, winning a Vanier Cup in 2014.
Pruneau being attended to, will step aside. Alouettes again moving the football, trailing by 2.
This football season, we're going to shop at Safeway because we want to win amazing prizes, like a 21-inch deck Husqvarna high-wheel push mower, powered by Briggs & Stratton Endurance Series engine. Shop and play at Safeway.
This summer, Wendy's presents Bacon Poutine. Just $3.99. Starring freshly cooked applewood smoked bacon, cheese curds, and poutine sauce. Don't miss this summer's biggest blockbuster, Bacon Poutine, at a Wendy's near you.
We've been thinking. There's a sound a ball makes when it catches nothing but net. Why does everyone love that sound? It doesn't get you extra points. Maybe it's the precision, accuracy. At GMC, we get that. Nothing separates the men from the boys. Like nothing but net. This is precision. This is GMC. Swish.
There are those who stop and those who push on. So go, be something more.
The world's greatest collector car auction returns. Barrett Jackson Live from Reno Tahoe continues tomorrow at 3 Eastern on Discovery Velocity. Rod Black, Dwayne Ford, Paul Hollingsworth, and Jock Climbing. And into the game now, Sean Boyette, recently signed by the Ottawa Redblacks, a former NFL draft pick with the Colts, played in Denver as well. Antoine Pruneau being worked on the bench. Alouettes continuing to drive this ball. Cato, here's the rush, in trouble, lets it go again. Threads it into Samuel Giguère, another member of the Sherbrooke University Verreor, has his first catch of the night.
And just an underneath route. Corner Brandon McDonald following him in man coverage. You see McDonald, because there's no rub on the play, which you're typically looking for in a crossing type route. McDonald is able to stay right there and make the stop immediately.
Cato able to hang in with some heat on him. Rutley, 2nd and 1. Looks like he'll get the first down.
A nice cut back there by Brandon Rutley. You know, Rod, I'll tell you one thing as I look at this Ottawa defense, and the challenge with Antoine Pruneau going out of the ball game is that he's a national. He's a Canadian player, one of 3 that starts on defense for Ottawa. Now, I'm trying to do the math on their lineup to determine how they're replacing him by putting an American Boyette in the game and still maintaining the ratio.
A reverse. Giguère now. Look at Cato trying to block. And Samuel Giguère gets pummeled as he brought it close to the 18-yard line. A 6-yard pickup, and Giguère will limp back.
On the new man in at free safety, Boyette comes up and gets in on the play. Standing back at a distance, reading it, and then he's downhill all the way to deliver a lick.
Rakeem Cato leading the blocks. Another big 2nd down conversion. Boyette's first game of the CFL.
Timeout, Montreal.
So Montreal wants to use this timeout here. Didn't like the alignment.
As you get into this critical scoring position in a tight ball game. This is one of those times in the 4th quarter that you're trying to preserve those timeouts for. You don't feel like this is a wasted one, but this is a critical situation in which to use one.
Turk Schoenert, the offensive coordinator. Tom Higgins, you know, when you think about what Tom Higgins has had to deal with since coming back out of the